The Spurs. Hi, thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. It's a Monday afternoon broadcast of the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan, and beside me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. And a look at the starters for San Antonio. They've got Collins. Jones is out there with Johnson. And it's Zohan in at the four-man position. And for Toronto, the forwards are Barnes and Siakam. Fred VanVleet out there with OG Anunoby. And it's Pirtle in at the 5 spot. Obviously, both these teams love to attack the glass, rebounding. So that stat, Greg, could end up being a deciding factor here tonight.
There aren't going to be any free second chances tonight. These squads need to be ready to get physical and fight for every single possession.
And it's going to be San Antonio off the tip. Spurs working the ball around now. And Johnson now top of the key. Toronto grabs the miss.
I like it. That's a great battle at the rim. He just couldn't finish.
And a deep roster for the Raptors. But, Smitty, do they have the star power, the star talent to win big?
Well, they have Scotty Barnes. He was last season's Rookie of the Year. His growth will be key. But with Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam, all-star caliber players, Toronto's not shy on talent, Kevin.
And Fred VanVleet, a player who has always shot well from outside.
And Kevin VanVleet has continued to kind of take on more of an offensive load, increased his volume while maintaining efficiency.
Take a break.
Not every player able to do that.
He throw good, VanVleet. And Smitty, Fred VanVleet has really come into his own as a starter.
He has, Kevin. He has proven he can run an offense. He's also a dynamic and confident scorer, and someone you can depend on to sink big-time shots.
And so VanVleet nails both of them.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
VanVleet against Jones. Over to the left wing. 6 on the shot clock. With the runner. And it's off the back rim. No good. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
That's his first personal foul.
The Spurs shooting their first free throws of this game.
In the season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
Taking 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Good on both. And you know, for so long, many joked about how the Spurs were always too old, right? Too old, too slow, too stuck in their same ways. But that's changing.
Well, I was on a couple of those teams too, Kevin. I remember well, people said that the Spurs were too old and needed to get younger. And over the last few years, they've done exactly that.
Here's Johnson. And Pirtle pulls it down. On the wing, Anunoby. Pass to Barnes. Lays it up off the glass.
And you have to credit Anunoby. He's put in the work to become a better playmaker.
The Spurs have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. 20 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Out to the right wing. Here's Sohan, covered by Siakam. And it's Sohan missing. It could go. Unable to get that one. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. The Raptors out in front, up by 2. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this.
Make some noise, Toronto. It's time.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. What do you guys think about the Raptors here in this one?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
And they have the guys to do it. Play to your strengths, and they can make up for some of your weaknesses.
Van Vliet in the backcourt. Trent Jr. to his side. Achua is out there with Young. And it's Barnes in the small forward position. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter.
And one thing to like about Bates Diop is his ability to score from all 3 areas.
Greg, what I like is he's comfortable facing up, and he can put the ball on the floor. He's a strong cutter, and that kind of versatility goes a long way in the NBA.
Here's Bates Diop. The shot missing. And Toronto will come the other way. Here's Trent. San Antonio with the rebound. Here's McDermott. Fred VanVleet grabs the miss. And so VanVleet will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. San Antonio trailing here. Here's McDermott. There's 38 seconds left in the first half. No good. That would have tied it. Toronto, they've gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Barnes finds Trent. Raptors moving the ball around. The pass to Van Vliet. Buries it from three-point range. Van Vliet's got the lead up to 5 now for Toronto.
Fred's a bit of a streak shooter from out there, but when he's feeling it, he's deadly.
Here's Vassell, and it's wide right. It's off the rim.
I'm not sure the defense affected that shot. That was just a blown gimme.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Raptors lead by 5. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Greg Popovich. Pop, what do you think was the main issue during the first half?
We didn't make shots.
Thank you for that insightful analysis, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. They led by 2 after the first. For the Raptors, Kenny, how'd you feel about it?
They put a big effort in the rebounding battle, working to corral every miss. That's the hustle you love to see. If they can maintain this approach, it'll give them the edge in other areas of the game.
Shaq, let's get your thoughts on San Antonio.
Terrible execution the offensive end, rushing things, taking bad shots. Here's a thought. Pound the ball inside.
And that does it for our halftime show.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Fred VanVleet really making a difference here.
There is no stopping him, and you can't even contain him at this point. He is that talented.
Yeah, and sometimes the strategy in that case, don't let anyone else beat you. You know he's going to get his, so try and keep it to that.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. On the court right now for the Spurs, they've got Jones. Keldon Johnson is out there with Collins. And it's Sohan in at the 4 spot. Here's Barnes. Lays it up and banks it in. You know you need talent to win, Steve, so how critical is basketball IQ to winning at the highest level? How important is it in that equation?
Kevin, it's everything. A playoff series can turn on a single play. And the guys, you can tell the difference who has a high basketball IQ and an average IQ. It does make a difference.
Raptors leading by 7. Passes to Siakam. Another shot. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
That's his first.
Though you get a lot of individual production out of Pascal Siakam, he's a total team player. He checks his ego at the door.
And you watch the way that Siakam plays. It can get you in the open court or in half-court sets. Great forward who gives you a little bit of everything.
And the first one at the line is good. And for Siakam, Greg, he almost epitomizes the modern forward.
And that's not to say he's the best forward, but he displays all the skills you now expect from that position. Solid player who any team would love to have.
Siakam hits them both. Spurs trail by 9. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, guys. A busy few years for Nick Nurse. In 2019, he helped lead the Raptors to the title, and he was the 2020 Coach of the Year. He says, it means a lot to me that this city and this country loves this team so much. We can go out there and give them something to be proud of. Of course, Kevin, he's been a key part of that success. Back to you.
Maybe the single most important part of their success, D.A. Thank you so much. Right wing. He's guarded by Anunoby. Collins kicks to Johnson. Van Vliet against Jones. Back to Johnson. Fires from deep. San Antonio again missing. And it's Van Vliet with the ball for the Raptors. Stolen by Collins. Jones looking for an opening. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Jones has got his first points of the night.
Oh, that's some fancy ball handling right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble?
And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Got it up. Misses the shot. And we've reached the end of the third. The Raptors out in front. They lead by 9. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Very unselfish. If you appreciate teamwork, this is the kind of play that will get you up out of your seat.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Spurs trail by 9, sharing the wing spots for them. It'll be Trent Jr. and Anunoby. Then there's Achua. Then it's Brett Van Vliet. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Pass to Wesley. Johnson outside. From deep. It's hauled in by Trent. Raptors leading by 9. 1:27 left in the fourth. Back to Anunoby. Lets it go with a 3. That one no good. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. Pass to Bates-Diop. And a miss there on the triple.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
And the pass to Anunoby. Goes up from the top of the key. Offensive rebound.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
They gave the team tremendous energy tonight. The fans were fantastic. It was a true home court advantage.
Trent passes to Achua. Passes it to Van Vliet. Lets it go from deep. Rebound San Antonio.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
They couldn't make enough plays when it mattered. Interesting game, though, in terms of some of the matchups.
Here's Johnson. Good D by Anunoby. Now here's Van Vliet. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with just a little more confidence than their opponents.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Pascal, you've been getting stops, getting out and running. What is working defensively?
Our energy was where we wanted to be, and that's how we got to play every single night. We can't come in and not play that way, because that's the way we play. So we got to play like that every single night, and it starts with me. You know, like I have to bring my team to that energy level every single night, and you know I'm gonna try my best to do that.
It was successful tonight, man. Congratulations on a big win. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again.